मैं वंदना आप सबका यूपीएससी टाइम में स्वागत करती हूँ। आज की वीडियो में हम एनसीईआरटी हिस्ट्री क्लास 8 का चैप्टर 5 द मेकिंग ऑफ द नेशनल मूवमेंट 1870s to 1947 पढ़ने वाले हैं, जो कि हमारे पास्ट का थर्ड पार्ट है। इट्स अ लेक्चर फर्स्ट। नाउ लेट्स स्टार्ट द चैप्टर. The emergence of nationalism. How the nationalism start? After the revolt of 1857, people of India become determined to root our British rule from the country. We are already discussed about the why the revolution start, because all are suppressed by the British rule. That's why they started the revolution. And the revolt of 1857 was at its extreme. People of the India become determined to root over British rule from the country, and awareness spread among them. They began to feel that India was the pupil of the India and its resources were the meant of all the Indian. Unless British control over the resources of India and its pupil was ended, India could not be for Indian. So the first foremost task of the every Indian was to fight against the foreign rule until it was rooted out. Political association came into the being in 1870s and 1880s. The more important ones were the Pune Sarvajanik Sabha, the India Association, the Madras Mahajana Sabha, and the Bombay Presidency Association. The aim of all these associations was to empower Indians so that they might take decisions regarding their affairs. The British were aware of all this development. They began to take action in 1878. The Arm Act was passed, which disallowed Indian from the possessing arms. In the same, the Vernacular Press Act was passed, which tried to silence all those who were critically of the government. It means क्या हुआ था कि जब रिवोल्ट स्टार्ट हो गया था तो ब्रिटिशर ने बहुत सारे रूल्स लगा दिए, जैसे कि आर्म्स एक्ट कैंसिल कर दिया, यानी कि जो इंडियंस थे जो उनके ऊपर क्या था कि आर्म्स एक्ट लागू कर दिया कि वो हथियार नहीं रखेंगे, और वर्नाक्युलर प्रेस एक्ट भी लागू कर दिया कि उनको बोलने की आजादी नहीं थी, which tried to silence all those who were critically of the government. In 1883, the government introduced the Ilbert Bill. The bill provided for the trial of the British or European person by Indian and the sought equality between the British and Indian judge in the country. A nation in the making. In the beginning, the Congress, it was a more or less moderate in its objective and the method, and it demanded a greater voice of Indian in the government and the administration. It also demands separation of the judiciary from the executive, the repeal of the Arms Act, and the freedom of speech and the expression. यानी कि जब क्या हुआ कि उनको दबाया जाने लगा, फ्रीडम ऑफ प्रेस छीन ली, आर्म्स एक्ट ले लिया, लगा दिया गया, तो जो इंडियंस थे उन्होंने एक अपनी पार्टी बनाई जिसको कांग्रेस पार्टी बोला गया, और उस कांग्रेस पार्टी ने क्या किया कि दो तरह से कांग्रेस बनाई, जैसे कि मॉडरेट और extremist. ठीक है. The Congress declared that the increase in the land revenues and the impoverished peasant and the zamindar. The modern leader in the Congress published newspaper, wrote articles, showed how British rule was leading to the economic ruin of the country. Freedom is our birthright. Some leaders in the Congress, such as Bipin Chandra Pal, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, and Lala Lajpat Rai, did not like the ideas of the moderates. They criticized the moderator for their politics of prayers and emphasized the importance of self-reliance and the constructive work. Tilak raised the slogan, "Freedom is my birthright and I shall have it." The modern leader in Congress published newspaper, wrote article, and showed how British rule was leading to the economic ruin of the country. Freedom is our birthright. Some leaders in the Congress, such as Bipin Chandra Pal, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, and Lala Lajpat Rai, did not like the idea of the moderates. Moderates का आइडिया लाइक नहीं करते थे. वो क्या करते थे कि वो चिट्ठी पत्र लिखते रहते थे और दे आते थे ब्रिटिशर को कि वो उनकी पूरी करेंगे, लेकिन वो उनकी बातें सुनते भी नहीं थे. तो एक्सट्रीमिस्ट थे, वो क्या करते थे कि रिवॉल्यूशन करते थे, क्रांति करते थे, युद्ध मतलब लड़ाइयाँ करते थे और अपनी बात मनवाना जानते थे. They criticized the moderator for their political of the prayer and emphasized the importance of self-reliance and the constructive work. Tilak raised the slogan, "Freedom is my birthright and I shall have it." In 1905, Bengal, the biggest province of the British India and include Bihar and a part of Orissa, was partitionized. मतलब बंगाल का partition कर दिया by Viceroy Curzon. It enraged people all over India. Both the moderate and the radical united opposed the British reaction. This led to the birth of the Swadeshi movement, which boycotted British institutions and goods. An important development came in 1906 with the formation of the All Indian Muslim League at Dhaka. The founder of member of the league were Muslim landlords and the Nawabs. They supported the partition of the Bengal and demanded for the separate electorates for the Muslim. The founder member of the league were Muslim landlords and Nawab. They supported the partition of Bengal and demanded for separate electorates for the Muslim. In 1915, the Congress and the Muslim League decided to work together and representative government in country. The First World War altered the economical and political situation in India. It led to a huge rise in the defense expenditure of the government of India. The government in a turn increased taxes, individual income and the business profit, increased military expenditure, and the demand for war supply led to sharp rise in price, which created great difficulty for the common people. On other hand, business group reaped fabulous profit from the war. The war also led to the British to expand their army. Villagers were pursued the supply of soldiers for an alien cause. A large number of soldiers were sent to the serve abroad. Many returned after the war with an understanding of the ways in which imperialized power were exploiting the people of Asia and Africa, and with a desire to oppose the colonial rule in India. In 1970, there was a revolution in Russia. News about peasant and the worker struggle and the idea of the socialism circulated widely, inspiring Indian nationalist. In the next slide, यानी कि इस चैप्टर को एक बार यहीं तक रोकते हैं. अगली वीडियो में हम क्या देखेंगे कि गांधी जी की एंट्री हो चुकी थी. अभी तक क्या था कि लोगों में मतलब जोश तो भरा हुआ था, लेकिन उनको एक सही गाइडेंस नहीं मिल रही थी. एक लीडर अच्छा नहीं था जो उन्हें आज़ादी दिलवा पाता. तो आफ्टर दैट 1915 के बाद जो अब सेकेंड वर्ल्ड वॉर चल रहा है, तो आगे क्या होगा कि जो महात्मा गांधी जी की एंट्री होगी 1415 में, जो एक अच्छे लीडर थे जिन्होंने साउथ अफ्रीका में भी रूलिंग सिस्टम हटा के जीत हासिल करवाई थी. इसी तरह से आगे गांधी जी की एंट्री होगी जो इंडिया के थे, और किस तरह से कि लीडरशिप, कैसी लीडरशिप क्वालिटी थी और कैसे उन्होंने सब कुछ सही किया इंडिया में, वो सब हम आगे वाले लेक्चर में पढ़ेंगे. अगर आपको ये वीडियो पसंद आया हो तो वीडियो को लाइक कर दीजिए. अगर चैनल पर नए आए हो तो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करके बेल आइकन को प्रेस कर दीजिए, ताकि आने वाली वीडियोज की नोटिफिकेशंस आपको टाइम पे मिलती रहे. अगर सब्जेक्ट से रिलेटेड या चैप्टर से रिलेटेड किसी भी टाइप की क्वेरी या क्वेश्चन हो तो आप कमेंट बॉक्स में पूछ सकते हैं. थैंक्स फॉर वॉचिंग द वीडियो.